Part 2 here. So last night installed the supercharger, AC stuff. I think I went over all that. Need to change the injectors. I've got a little issue here. Throttle body does not have a port for the map sensor, and the stock one does. I have the stock one. I think it's just probably what I'm going to do for now is run that. Contemplating pulling the supercharger back off and changing the oil on it, but should be low mile and all that, so I might just use it for startup and see how it sounds first. Maybe run it a little bit, then change the oil. Maybe then I'll change the pulley. But so I'm gonna try to get it running today. See what else I need to do to make that happen. Aside from the injectors, would just be installing the throttle body, radiator, and I don't need to install the AC stuff, but I might as well. It's not like I'm going to lose the oil if I have to install it. So, here we go. Oh boy. So, that was difficult. So, there's a couple bolts up top, regular intake manifold stuff. Never too bad on an intake manifold, but on this supercharger, there is one that is impossible. Actually, I remember 15 years ago, that they used to call it like the impossible, or like pretty much didn't install it. So pretty proud to get them all in there. Much easier with all this workroom, I'm sure. What else did I run into? Oh, got this for the most part sorted out. Stock throttle body. That's what I'm gonna have to run. For the map sensor, I'm gonna have to make something to hold the map sensor in place, probably just like a saddle to hold it down. That's just what I'm gonna have to run for now, unless I buy an adapter for a map sensor in there. But I was able to figure out cruise control back with the billet throttle cable bracket, so that's kind of a plus. I mean, it's nice. So that was a mess, having to switch over to get this throttle cable to fit after it had been modified to fit the K-Tune 72 mil. I got it to fit by recrimping the cylindrical part on the end, swapping the nuts from here to here just to get it to back in and fit right. Putting everything back in was a mess. That took me probably the better part of I would say like 30-40 minutes trying to figure all that out. And then that one nut bolt on the bottom here, oops, down there, was probably about another 30 minutes. In the meantime, I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the fuel injectors. I got this aftermarket rail, kind of cool. Had that on for a while. The original kit, this Jackson Racing kit, came with RC 410s, I think. Pretty old school. You actually have to clip the harness and solder in the new injector plugs, which I don't really want to do. But the other option I have is to modify the stock injectors that I just dropped. So you pop off this pintle cap here, the little orange joint, and then you're supposed to grind that off. I started chipping at it with my nail. It looks like it could come off. There we go. It could come off. I don't know if that's a better idea right now than running the RC injectors. The RCs, they smell pretty varnished, so it's gonna be not gonna be the best injector anyways. Plus I'm gonna have to chip up the harness. The problem is I don't remember how to do this. I think you just grind off the tip here, and the screen opens up. It's supposed to be a less than ideal spray pattern, but it upgrades the injector from a factory 310 to I think it's 520. I would probably run it as 500 since they're not all gonna flow the same, and then let the let the team kind of figure out what else is needed. But I don't know if I should do that or if I want to do that. I for sure don't want to wait for injectors, but do have to wait for the motor mount bracket. I don't know if I should just run them as is stock for now, which I'm probably gonna have to wait for a belt anyway, so might be able to get it just for startup. I don't know, kind of stuck right now figuring that out. Also, 3-inch hybrid intake does not fit all that hot onto the factory throttle body there. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of reducer or adapter or something to keep it 3-inch cold air intake, which is what I want to do. I also have an engine short ram intake that kind of goes back by the header, which I don't want to do. So kind of playing that by ear right now. Kind of stuck here, but supercharger's on. It's all bolted up. I didn't end up changing the oil. I didn't end up changing the pulley. It's going to be something I'll do later, I guess, if and when I'm not happy with the power output. And yeah, that's where I'm at so far. And I'm back. So I decided to try it. I'm going to have to modify something. Might as well modify the injectors that I won't be using anyway. So these theoretically should be about 5/10. I removed the screen. It's up front. Just a couple passes with the flat disc, kind of messy sounding. Sprayed it all clean with injector cleaner, pipe cleaner spray. I forget what the hell it was, but cleaned it all up. Just need to snap on the O-ring and the pintle cap, which I want to probably take my time to do so I don't crack it, since it's like 20-year-old plastic or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna be extra careful with that. But 1 down, 3 to go. Here, I just put it in a vise and squeezed it slowly, rotating it slowly just in case it was going on crooked, and just squeezed until it kind of popped back in. These are single use, so theoretically they should be replaced anytime they're removed, but it's not coming off. So alrighty, like I said, 1 down, 3 to go. I decided I would show how I did it. It's not a tutorial. I probably wouldn't recommend it, but this is how I'm doing it, just in case you're curious, or because I couldn't find it anywhere else. This is how I remembered something about it and looked and found 12, I think it was actually 16-year-old forums showing how to do it, so talking about how to do it anyways. None of the links work anymore, so remove the O-ring there. Needle nose pliers and kind of just work it up and hope it doesn't break. Uh-oh. Yep, I found it. So then this is the screen. It needs to be removed. I'll move it over to show how I'm removing it with the flat disc, but just kind of grind all around the edge, and where the it feels like micro welded or something, just remove that and you're left with the just the injector itself, not the screen. So I moved it out here for better lighting, just so I could kind of show you what I'm doing here. Again, there's the screen. Alright, I've gotten to another stopping point here. Picking up some shit. Injectors modified, cleaned up, installed. This Carcep's fuel rail. The hardware broken, mismatched. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. This one doesn't even protrude through. I'll probably just back out this stud and then put bolts in like I had with the old intake manifold setup. But everything's cleaned up, installed. Honestly, I've gotten a pretty decent head start on this thing. I think I should try the belt on to see where I'm at. I think I'm gonna need a longer one, but I should say I know I'm gonna need a longer one, but I don't know quite how long. Everything seems to line up decently okay. I did remember that what it was on these injectors. So there was 2 supercharger manufacturers in the early K-Series days. There was Jackson Racing and there was Comptech. And Comptech offered this service that I just kind of did here, upgrading to 510 injectors. So the RC ones, if I have to install them, I mean, I'll have to chop the harness anyways. I think this felt a little less permanent. So I'm gonna try these, see how they run first. In my old setup, I had upgraded the stock 270s on the K20 Ep3 to, I think they're like 450s or 470s or something like that, with the same process. And honestly, I didn't have any issues with those. Didn't exactly get it tuned on the dyno or anything, but you know, it skated me by for a while. This thing should be pretty sweet. Hopefully we can find out just how sweet. I do know that this is going to take a major pressure wash. The vacuum lines look like I got them most figured out. Leave this one open for a boost gauge, which I have. Boost gauge in a wideband. They were also destined for the MR2 that never happened. And everything else, it looks like you could take some black tape to kind of clean up the harness here and there, but it's going better than I expected. Not as good as I hoped, but you know, somewhere in between. Never mind that grease. That was for the O-rings on the injector. So I think I'm gonna stop this episode here.